Hey everybody. So, since they started doing this a couple months ago, I've noticed that I often kind of sit and stare at this particular prize wall and try to figure out, what's actually going to help me, what's worth it, what's not worth it, what should I focus on, what should I not focus on. In my opinion, there's a lot of traps in this particular prize wall that I've found after looking at it for a while. And I've noticed that I think a lot of people are in the same kind of boat. I saw somebody on Facebook even mention that there's too many choices. And I think that's intentional by Scopely. But anyway, I've done a lot of sitting and looking at this for this month. And people are going to get varying amounts of these doodads. So target one or two things, be happy with those one or two things, and then just kind of go for it. Don't get stuck with paralysis by analysis here. So to kind of start off with, there's a couple things here that I think are pretty important. I'm going to go over the moments last because I think those are actually the most important. If you go down here and start at the bottom, the titles or straps, sorry. A lot of these straps are really, really nice for one specific reason, right? And that specific reason, if you click on it, is that if you notice, they are genderless. You can get 100% gem damage strap and be able to swap it depending on if it's a guy or a gal. So that means if you have two cards that are both modern era, for instance, both of them strikers like Broadbreaker and Roxanne, who actually play very similarly, or can be set up to play very similarly, you can just kind of swap the strap out on them instead of both of them carrying a strap. And it's only 8,000, I think, strap points to move a strap. So you don't have to worry about swapping metals out. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You can just, or plates rather, you can just swap the strap itself. And that's pretty important. I think there are a couple of traps in here too, though. Obviously, ruthless aggression is a little weird, right? There's only a handful of really decent ruthless aggression in very limited numbers where genderless actually makes a lot of sense, right? You kind of want to stay away from stuff like new gen. There's not a lot of lady new gens. Reality, obviously, there's just not very many good realities. If you're chasing a Charlotte strap, I think she's reality, Showboat Charlotte, you don't want to spend 3750 of the doodads chasing a Showboat 100% gem strap, right? It's just going to be better to find it somewhere else. Same thing with the PG era, right? And then, get whatever percentage gem damage that makes sense. These are also genderless, right? I would say generally I would stick to legends because there's some lady legends that are showing up now that are really decent. You got Powerhouse with Bianca, you've got Tech with Becky, you've got Acro with Rhea. You have Tech with Mae Young. And I guess, technically you got Wendy Richter, but you don't want a 100% gem damage strap on Wendy Richter. So I think Legends is a good one, and I think the other good one to kind of target if you're going for the 100% gem damage is the Modern. Again, I'll go back to Striker Braun and Striker Roxanne. You can pretty much swap that strap between the two of them. Both of them get a lot of benefit out of using the tiara. And then both of them will get benefit out of a gem chucker medal at the end of it. So this is probably the most important one of the straps. But straps are pretty self-explanatory, right? These are relatively low cost. Get what makes sense, All right. Over here at the gears are pretty light in this particular prize wall. If you have Regal and you don't have gears, get a Regal gear. Right? Just get the one you don't have. Regal's beast. Beast him up even more. It's that simple. But over here, Hall of Fame Ray. Yeah, if you use Hall of Fame Ray all the time, get it. Both of them are here. I think the first one adds crossbreak damage, or adds crossbreak, something like that. And the second one adds +2 MP, and +2 MP is always fantastic, no matter what you're looking at. Sika is 50% red gem damage up. It's, I mean, do you find yourself using Sika a lot? Is Sika something that you have, 6-star silver, 6-star gold, and you use it a lot? Then yeah, I guess sure. He makes a lot of blast gems. He's going to blow up some red stuff. His second green move makes blast gems into red, so it'll help. Over here at Tech Triple H, the third gear that you get adds 200% move damage. I guess if you're rocking Tech Triple H in the 6-star gold meta and trying to get some gem or move damage wins, go for it. I personally wouldn't. I think he stalls at 6-star bronze. But 200% move damage on a move damage character is nothing to sneeze at. All right. Hall of Fame Yoko. I don't have Hall of Fame Yoko, so I don't know a lot. His gear, here's gold and there's silver. His gear adds, I want to say like 18 botch, and then the second gear adds 18 botch, third gear adds 18 silence. Again, if Hall of Fame Yoko is somebody who you rock with, do it, I guess. I personally wouldn't, though. I wouldn't spend the midweek tokens on these particular gears. Sami Zayn and Mighty Molly, both of them I also probably wouldn't spend the tokens on. Tech Sammy, he only gets 200% to a finisher. It's so hyper specific. I wouldn't spend 80, 400 doodads on it. Mighty Molly, it adds 250% damage to subs, which is awesome because her best moveset is sub reversal. But sub reversal also takes 75 minutes to win. So if Molly Holly is one of your favorite characters, grab it. If not, 5,000 is not even worth it. I'd grab a 100% genderless gem damage strap instead of that. Acro Ray, I mean, get it if you like Acro Ray. It doesn't help. That's 30% multiplied gem damage. And that's to the base gem, not the total gem break. So, yeah, it's poor Acro Ray. He's past his prime. Tech Stacy's kind of the same way. With her gear, all gems do 300%. Doesn't really matter, though, unless she was 6-star gold. And there are better techs in the ladies' roster than Stacy at 6-star gold. And then Hall of Fame Eddie here, they're cheap. If you have stuff left over, you might as well grab it for the one time a year you have to rock Hall of Fame Eddie. The first or his second gear will do 50% to purple subs, and his third gear is +2 MP. +2 MP is pretty righteous, right? Anything that adds MP without a trainer is stuff that you want. These bags are cool for fillers, right? If you got 200 left over, go ahead and grab the Solo Sokoa if you haven't gotten him already. More shards will come out in later months, so anything you can do to grab extra shards just means you're going to shard them faster. And they're cheap, so they're built in here to just throw away leftover tokens after you make your major purchases. So that leaves moments, and they have given us a ton of moments. And we'll look even at the moment screen to kind of see what's going on there. I think the moment that everybody should be targeting, though, is New Bloodline. It helps out all of the characters that have been that are going to be released this month. They've got plus 99. They'll have plus 99 next month. They will be CSS this month and next month. And the moment just makes them better. There's no sense in not going for it, because in the plus 99 meta, you're going to be using these cards an awful lot. So this, I think, is the one that I'm personally targeting. And I think that if anybody thinks you're going to get to about 12.5, is probably right. Okay. Over here, story finished at 12.5 is really expensive. And as far as I can tell, I don't have it, but as far as I can tell, it's only going to help out Rex Regum and Shoboth Seth Rollins. If you use either one of those characters a lot, yeah, grab it. It's a feud moment, so it's going to make you better in feuds. I think the one thing that it does better than anything else is it boosts your reinforced gym damage 200% when it's at level 30. And it looks like Rex and Seth are both have the ability to be reinforced gym damage cards. So if you've got those two, sure, grab it. It's pretty expensive, but you only really ever see it in prize walls. And then that gets down into the other moments. And there's a lot of these moments that, quite frankly, you shouldn't target. There's no reason to target them, right? Over here, let's see, the superheroes. Don't go after it. It's in the SmackDown or the Showdown shop. There's no reason to spend your mid-month token or the mid-month challenge tokens on this moment, because you can pull it from the Showdown shop. Same thing with your tag team tournament. You can get it from there. You can get, I believe you can get Wins the Battle Royal in the same place. Down here, you can get SummerSlam 95. You can get Dom joins JD. You can get Damage Control. You can get Big E wins Money in the Bank. You can get the Royal Rumble moment for Cody, right? You can get Rock Jones Domination. You can get DJNX Hall of Fame, and you get NWO Hall of Fame. Over here, I know they're cheap, so if you need a filler, you can grab Tribute to the Troops or WrestleMania 3. The cards that these affect are just not meta anymore. So there's no reason to really look at these two. It's cool if you have them. It's not really going to help that much if you don't. If you have an extra $2,000 laying around, you want WrestleMania 3 and you don't already have it, yeah, sure, why not? Moments are great, but I wouldn't target these. Stealing the Briefcase, 4,169 doodads. If you don't have it already, get it for the sheer reason that it makes Miz awesome in all game modes. It's not just a feud moment. It's crucial. It's absolutely worth getting. Okay. And then the rest of them, I'm actually going to do this. So let's look down and find it here. New Bloodline's a must get. Story finishes Rex and Seth. The 7th anniversary. The 7th anniversary is an interesting one because it will make most of these cards significantly better, right? But you have to have 4 of them. So if you grab the 7th anniversary, make sure that not only do you have KO and Rhea, but you've gotten one of the weekend cards from that month. I know Bray is particularly not easy to find. I see Nakamura's, I see Becky's, and I see Bianca's out there, and I see some Romans out there as well. It doesn't help Roman too awful much. Roman's best moveset is move damage base. It will absolutely help Rhea, right? It will absolutely help KO. Okay, I think Becky and Bianca are some of these specialty gems through here, and quite frankly, I don't know what Naka does. Shame on me. So yeah, if you use a lot of those cards a lot, In feud, absolutely grab this moment. Dudley Boys, I don't know. You're on your own on that one. Sami Zayn out of the Bloodline. It's an interesting group of cards that it affects, right? I haven't heard much about Powerhouse Sammy in a long time. Theoretically, this moment will help him. And theoretically, this moment will help Sikoa. But everybody else, are you really using these guys in feud in the first place? You know, Acro J has a couple of moments that really helps him out in feud. KO, if he uses a mobile green setup, it would also help. But again, are you really using these guys in feud? If you are, sure, grab it. If not, ignore it. Next is the Acolytes. I just don't see too many of these cards that are 6-star gold worthy, other than maybe Showboat Taker, and even that's iffy because he's move damage based and doesn't scale quite that well. Bradshaw, he gets a little bit better. Actually, he gets a lot better on his several different move sets, but are you really still going to bring Bradshaw up to 6-star gold? If you did, great, grab this moment. It'll help him out no matter what moveset you're using. If you have somebody else at 6-star gold for Striker, maybe you can skip this moment, wait for it to get discounted in later months, stuff like that. But yeah, the moment is great. It does great things. It's the cards that it affects. It doesn't make anybody really truly a world beater, and just helps them out. Over here to the NXT moment. I think the NXT moment is a must get. Period. I think it's a must get. If you look over here, multiplied gems get better. Leech gems get better. Subs get better. Red gems get better. And yellow gems get better. It makes Wes, Jade, Roxanne, Braun, and Nikita all better. And all of these are viable in feud. Braun, Roxanne, Jade, and Wes, believe it or not, are all 6-star gold targets. You can make them all 6-star gold and be just fine. And even Nikita is still about the 3rd or 4th best tech lady in the game. She can do the job. It's going to be slow in feuds, but it'll still work. I absolutely believe that NXT is a moment that everybody, if you don't have it, figure out a way to get it. Imperium's a weird one again. I don't see how it helps too awful many of these cards, because how often are you using these cards, right? I've seen some Tech Gunthers. I know he can put out some pretty massive multiplied gems, but he's kind of wonky to play with. I don't see, a lot of Butch or a lot of Ridge. Ridge is usually triple black, and I think that's a blast gem setup. You're not using Walter anymore. Vinci, if you're using him as a mobile gems, do 200% more damage. That could absolutely help. Showboat Sheamus, I think, is a countdown gem guy, so that could help a little bit too. But, if you're using these guys in feud, grab it. If not, you can skip this one. And then Testament is the last one here that I want to talk about. This one is a little interesting in that it makes one particular card viable. That's not the right one. They all look the same. There it is. It helps Lashley. I think Lashley has another moment that helps him out as well. It doesn't really help these guys. You're not really going to feud with them. Akam, I'm not too awful impressed with. Rezar, it'll make him better, just from X-Break gems doing more damage. But the one that it will really help is Tech Carry and Cross if you have his plate. If you have his plate, you can take him to 6-star gold, run him triple blue, and this moment will boost blue move damage and immobile gem damage, and will actually allow him to essentially 3-click if you got a great 100% gem damage trap on him. Blue, 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 and he'll do enough damage to actually do the damn thing. So yeah, that's the very long-winded, overly complicated prize wall that Scopely has set up for us. But the way that I'm looking at it, and of course, this is all dictated by your roster and how you like to play and what cards you like to use. But how I'm looking at it and what I've seen here, I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 moments that are either must-haves or should have. The Regal gears, if you have Regal, Hall of Fame Ray, if you use him, sure. Outside of that, it pretty much is the modern gem damage strap, maybe the legend gem damage strap, maybe attitude, maybe. The rest of them you can kind of ignore. But as long as they are, genderless, they're going to be valuable. Even the 40% are genderless, so they'll be valuable as well. You can even gamble. Spend a little bit and get 40, 50, 60, or 100. Neat. I just noticed that. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. I know this has been an extremely long video, and probably nobody